A very good morning to my dear class 9 IT students. Beta, today we'll be starting up a new chapter and it is chapter number 9 of part B. And the name of the chapter is Electronic Spreadsheet. So what all things we'll be covering in this chapter? Let us see. We'll be reading the introduction part to the spreadsheet. Then we'll be starting up the LibreOffice Calc and then exploring the basics of the LibreOffice Calc. Later we'll be working with the spreadsheet program and we'll be working along with the rows and the columns. Then we'll be dealing with the formatting part and then we'll be exploring formulas and we'll perform certain small programs also. At last we'll be exploring charts. So there are many important topics under this section and that you must take care and must learn thoroughly. Okay, so what is spreadsheet? A spreadsheet can be defined as an electronic document in which data is arranged in tabular form. So whenever we are dealing with a tabular form of data, we must go with Excel, MS Excel, or we can use the LibreOffice Calc, right? So this LibreOffice Calc is actually a powerful spreadsheet application that will help you to store, analyze and calculate the data. Fine. When you need to visualize the data actually in the form of charts, tables, you must go with this software. Okay, this software will also offer you a variety of formulas and functions that will help you to solve the complex problems or calculations that you are dealing in day-to-day life. Okay, this is one of the most popular spreadsheet application that is available in the market nowadays. Fine, so let us start this chapter now in detail. So where we can find the data is actually in the form of numbers or texts. Okay, so in business we are dealing up with lot of data nowadays, especially because now the trade has expanded and we have implemented the concept of e-commerce. What is e-commerce? E-commerce is doing business online, and business includes e-shopping, right, e-reservation, right? So these type of things are included in your e-commerce. So because of e-commerce we need to store the data of the customers. Like we are doing e-shopping, we need to store the data of the customers, we need to store data of the products that we are going to sell on our particular site. So we need to store a lot of data, and if the data has to be stored in the form of tables, then we will go with such type of softwares like MS Office is there, LibreOffice is there, okay, OpenOffice is there, and many other, like Online Office is also there, given by Google. So many others are there. So we have to select with which we are comfortable with and we can go with that software. So in your syllabus we have to deal with the LibreOffice only, right? So to store the data in large quantity, and when we need to fetch the data out of that particular large data, then we can fetch the data very easily, quickly and efficiently if we are using spreadsheet programs. Okay, so what a spreadsheet application is offering you, it allows you to organize large amount of numerical data, and that data will be stored in the form of rows and columns. Okay, and you will be able to perform calculations and you will be able to do manipulations also, and this data will be stored in graphical format also if you want, means in the form of charts. Okay, so that you may analyze the things very easily in one glance. And you can handle the non-numeric data or the textual data also if you are dealing with the spreadsheet application. It doesn't mean that only calculation is possible. You can store your non-numeric data also, or we can say the textual data also. Like if you want to store address of the customer, that is also possible. Though it's a non-numerical data, still it will be conveniently stored in your software. Okay, so now let us see few common spreadsheet applications like MS Excel is there, OpenOffice Calc is there, LibreOffice Calc is there, Google Drive offers Sheet software, that is an online software, right? And GNumeric is there, Kingsoft spreadsheet. These all are the spreadsheet application softwares that you may use according to your convenience. Okay, so now let us mark these answers also in our book. Which of the following is not a spreadsheet program? Open Office Calc is actually the name. Open Calc is not the name. Rest others are right. It is not right. Why? Because Open Office Calc is there. Open Calc is not there, right? The spreadsheet program helps in performing calculations, complex calculations and manipulations. It's right. So mark these answers in your book parallelly. So now comes how to start the LibreOffice Calc. For that you need to go in your show application button, or we can there at the start button we can go, and there you will search for the LibreOffice. Okay, and there you will find the option LibreOffice Calc, and when you'll click it on, it will start up. Okay, so this diagram you need to draw in your book, notebook, sorry. This diagram says the components. It tells the components of the LibreOffice window. Okay, whatever window, the first screen you are getting when you are opening up this application, you will get this window on your screen, and there are different components of it. You must learn them, you must draw them. Okay, and you must know the names of all the parts of this window. So first is the title bar, where the title appears, right? So we'll be discussing these all in detail one by one. So the well labeled diagram should be there in your notebook. So let us discuss, and let us now focus on this fact that default name of the worksheet is sheet 1. This is the sheet 1. If you compare this LibreOffice Calc with the MS Excel, then you will find initially by default you are getting 3 sheets in a workbook, but here you are getting only 1 sheet by default in your workbook. Okay, we'll keep on comparing the little things that we are encountering parallelly as we are reading out the chapter, right? Okay, so these details also you are required to write in your notebook along with the applications, the complete part of this particular topic. Okay, then next is your first is your title bar, where it appears it at the top of the workbook, and it will demonstrate or display the name of the currently open workbook. Fine. Then next is your window control buttons. So what is window control button? It will help you to minimize or maximize or restore the application. Okay, next is your menu bar, that will show you different menus, like file tab is there, edit tab is there. In this diagram or in this screenshot you can see these are the different tabs that is there, a part of menu bar. Okay, next is your standard toolbar. Standard toolbar is basically helpful in performing the basic functions, like if you want to open the file, save, copy, cut and paste. So for the basic functions the standard toolbar is there. Next is your formatting toolbar. Formatting toolbar will allow you to do the formatting features, go with the formatting features like bold, italics, underline. I can show you here in this particular. So this is your formatting toolbar, and this is your standard toolbar. Okay, so this is giving you the standard functionality like save, copy, cut, paste and everything, and this is for the formatting. Why do we need formatting? To make our document look more attractive and appealing, right? So next is your name box. So name box is displaying the active cell or the range of the selected cells. So name box is present on the left side. I can show you here. This is the name box. Okay, this is the name box. Whichever cell is active or whatever range you have selected, it will show you here the range or the name of that particular cell. So this is your name box, right? And what is this? This is your input line. Okay, this is the name box and this is your input line. So whatever formula you are writing in this particular area will be shown here only in the input line, and this is your active cell. Okay, the cell that is highlighted with a dark black boundary is your active cell. Wherever you will be clicking on, that will become your active cell. So these are your row numbers, you can see. Okay, these are your column names. Fine, these are the column headings. These are the sidebar. This is your sidebar where you can see the additional options. Okay, then is your vertical bar. Vertical bar will allow you to move up and down like this, and this is your horizontal bar that will allow you to move like this in the horizontal way. So these are your zoom control buttons that will help you to maximize or minimize the screen, application screen. Okay, this is your status bar, which will show the current status, on which sheet you are, on which particular cell you are working with, that will be shown. And these are your navigation buttons and sheet tabs. So navigation buttons, they help you to move forward or backward. Okay, I'll show you the actual screen of that application window after the explanation of this particular topic. Okay, so a cell can be defined as the intersection of rows and columns. So where rows and columns, they intersect each other, they coincide each other, they collide each other, they form a cell. What is an active cell? Active cell refers to the cell that is currently active. Okay, where you will be clicking on, where you will be entering your data, that will become your active cell. Okay, you know now the vertical scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar, the navigation buttons, right? The status bar is showing you the status or the current information about that worksheet, right? Zoom controls it to zoom in and zoom out. Sidebars will display you the like things like properties, styles and formatting, gallery, link to the different functions also. So LibreOffice Calc is a spreadsheet program. Fine, you can fill it here. So now please fill these fill-ups also and the true false also. Dash contains the content of the selected cell or formula applied to the selected cell is input line. Okay, whatever formula you will be writing or whatever cell you are selecting, so it will appear in the input line just near to your name box. Okay, dash refers to the area of intersection of row and column, that is cell. Refers to the cell that is currently active, that is active cell, right? The standard toolbar consists of the tool for the formatting of the text. No, formatting toolbar consists of the tools for the formatting of the text. Okay, so it's false. Okay, so come on the next page. Now explore the basics of the LibreOffice Calc. So what is a worksheet actually? Worksheet actually is a part of your workbook. Okay, I have shown you that there are 3 worksheets in MS Excel, but by default it is 1 in LibreOffice Calc, but we can add according to our convenience. Okay, so collection of the worksheets will form a workbook. Okay, so by default there is 1 worksheet. Okay, and you can add as many worksheets as you want, and you can switch between them also by clicking on different worksheets. Okay, so I'll show you how to add a new worksheet and how to switch between them. So basically right now we are going with the theory part, and after completion of this theory, when the practical things will come, then I'll be demonstrating the practical also. Okay, so wherever the intersection of row and column is taking place, that will be called a cell. Okay, because we are dealing with the version like 6.0.7, so here we have number of rows 1048576 and number of columns 1024. So if you will change the version, the number of rows and columns will also vary. Okay, so how the rows are numbered? They are numbered as 1 2 3 4, and the columns are numbered as A B C D. And when up to Z we have covered, then the next column will be AA, AB, AC, AD, and then BA, BB, and so on. And the last column will be AMJ. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So before I proceed further, I just want to show you the interface of this particular application. So here I am with it. So this is your application. Okay, so here you can see the columns names are 1 A B C D and so on, and the rows, they are being represented by 1 2 3 4 and so on. Okay, this is your sheet 1. If you want to add more sheet, then you can click on this plus button, new sheet will be added, and you can switch between the 2 sheets. Like if I want to go, like, let me type something. This is sheet 1, so I'm writing sheet 1 here. Okay, and this is sheet 2, so I'm writing sheet 2 here. Okay, so when I'll be going on sheet 1, you will see sheet 1 here. Okay, and when I'll switch to sheet 2, you will see sheet 2 here. So we can switch between the two sheets, and we can easily create a new sheet, like just by clicking on this plus button. Okay, so these are your navigation buttons, right, that will help you to navigate. And this is your horizontal, and this is the vertical scroll bar. Okay, this is your sidebar. Okay, this is your name box, this is your input line. Okay, as I'm moving the things, you can see the things are all automatically displayed. Okay, so let us complete the theory part, then we'll do more practical, the complete practical of the things. Okay, so now explaining the cells. So what is a cell? Cell is the intersection of row and column. So how we will name a cell where a row and a column is coinciding, then how that time will be combining the two, will be naming that particular cell. Like row number is 2 and the column number is E, so how we will write the cell address, that is E2. Okay, I can show you here. So here, if this particular cell, you can see they are highlighted, the column C and row is 7, so it is C7. Okay, if I'm here, so E10, you can see the address also. So this is the address of this cell, and this is your active cell. They all are, otherwise they are all are cells, but wherever you will click on the spreadsheet, that will become active, and correspondingly the column and the row will also get highlighted. Fine, and the address of that particular cell you will be able to see here in the name box. Okay, and if you are writing something to this particular cell, so that will also appear here in this input line. Okay, so now come back to the theory. Let me define you the range of the particular numbers. Like, see, if I am writing data here, so this is the range. Okay, so the data is from C5 to C7. Okay, so this will become the range. See, you can see the selected cells, they are showing the range, like this is the range C5 to, this column is saying that up to this. Okay, so C5 to C7. Okay, so this is the range. Okay, so in this way we can write the range. Fine. So we can have two types of range, one is your row range and second is your column range. So how we can define them? The cells selected in a single column in a sequence is called column range. Okay, so when you are selecting the cells like this in a particular column, you are selecting, so that will be called as column range. When you are selecting the cells in a particular row like this, okay, if you will select the columns like this, okay, so this will be known as your row range, and if you are selecting the cells like this will be known as your column range. Okay, so I hope the concept of row and column range is clear to you. We can select the rows and columns simultaneously also. Let me show you how. See, if I select the rows, columns like this, so this is my column range. Okay, so if I select the cells like this, so this is my row range, and I can select both also, so this is my row and column range. Okay, fine. So now let us move to the next topic. Before we move further, you must fill these particulars or answers of this part. The collection of such worksheet is known as workbook. Okay, so intersection of the rows and columns is called cell. The worksheet 6.0.7 version of the LibreOffice Calc has 1048576 rows and 1024 columns. Fine. The range of cells is a group of contiguous cells. Contiguous means continuous only, so it is right, because if we will leave one cell, so that will not be called as range, it will be continuous or contiguous in nature, then only it will be known as range, so it's true. Okay, next session topic is working with the spreadsheet program. So when we are working with the spreadsheet, we can perform different operations, like we can enter the data, we can copy, we can move, we can edit, we can save, and we can open the spreadsheet. Okay, so how to enter the data in the worksheet? So what type of data we can enter in the worksheet? So these questions I'll be answering now. So when you can enter when you'll click on a particular cell, then that you will be allowed to enter the data in your worksheet, and in different forms you can enter the data. Like you can enter the data in the form of numbers, formulas, any special character or text. Okay, so whatever data you are entering, either it can be a label or a value. Okay, so now what is label and what is value? So label actually is a text entry that contains letters or the non-numeric characters. Okay, like these. Fine. So whatever data you are writing, like you are writing 24, so it will be a number. Fine. So if you are writing 4A, so that will become text. Why? Because that is a combination of number plus alphabet, so it will be considered a text. Okay, it will not be a number. Fine. So two types of data we can have: labeled data, that is text data, or numbers. See, if only numbers you are writing, then it will be a part of number. Other than the things you are writing will be a part of your text. Fine. So now let us entering a label or a text, we can say. So what type of data it may have? Like it can be a combination of letters, numbers, spaces can also be there, non-numeric characters can also be there. So these all are the valid entries for your text, or we can say the label. Okay, so what are the steps to enter the data in the worksheet? So for that you need to select a particular cell, and then you can type whatever data you want to write. So this is your active cell. Wherever you will be clicking on the spreadsheet, a particular cell will be highlighted, and that area is ready for your input acceptance. Okay, so whatever data you are writing will be written in that active cell only. Okay, next is entering a value or a number. So if you are writing data in terms of these numbers, then it will be treated as your number. Okay, it can be a whole number also, or it can be in the form of decimal entries also. It can be a positive number also, it can be a negative number also. You can enclose the entries in the parentheses also, that is also valid, like this. If you are putting the brackets, okay, if you are putting plus or minus sign before the number, that is also acceptable. So how to write that data? So for that you need to select a particular cell. That cell will become active, and there you can start typing or writing the content related to the numbers, right? So in this way we can enter. It's very simple, nothing you have to do. You have to just click on that particular area or the cell where you want to write it and just start typing. Okay, now editing the cell data. How to edit? There are two ways to edit. First is your overwriting data, and second is your partial modification. Okay, so overwriting data means whatever data you have written, if you want to completely erase that and you want to write something new, that is your overwriting data. And if you want to retain that content and you want to continue in the same one, then you can go with the partial modification. So now I'll show you how. See, this is your spreadsheet. So if see how to write the data. If you want to write text, so I have clicked on this particular area, like here. So this is my active cell. So wherever is your active cell, there you can write. Okay, like I want to write text like Ram have written. So when I'll press enter, this data will be fixed up here, right? So this is the active cell where I can do the modification. Here I cannot do the modification until it becomes active. If I want to modify this, I need to click on this cell, and this will become the active cell. Okay, so whatever cell is the active cell, you can write there. Like here I am writing the numbers also. Fine, and you can check the alignment. If you are writing text, it is by default aligned to the left side of the cell, and if you are writing or dealing with the numbers, it is by default aligned right side of the cell. Okay, so in this way you may work. Like what we were discussing, that if we want to modify, so firstly you need to go to that particular cell. Okay, when you will click it on, so if you will select it completely, so it will be replaced, the entire content will be replaced. Okay, like this. So previous content has gone and the new content has been written. And if I want to do modification, I can click it like this, and when I will click it like this, it will allow me to write. See, if I want to write or delete something into it, I can make it. Okay, so whatever I just want to write add on, it will be accepting it. So either you can completely override it or you can do modification in it. Fine, I hope it is clear to you. So overwriting data and the partial modification, okay, you have seen here. Then ways to select the range of the cell: you can select the number of cells with the help of mouse, or you can select with the help of keyboard also. Okay, so I can show you this also. So if I want to select it using mouse, I can select the both, or otherwise also. Okay, so if you want to select, you can select with the help of mouse, or I can use the arrow keys. Okay, firstly I need to place the cursor where I want to start the selection, and then press the shift key and then move down. This I'm doing with the help of keyboard. Okay, so in this way I can select a particular range. Okay, this range may contain data also, so then it will be fruitful for you. Okay, so shift key you need to hold, and you need to use the arrow keys to move here and there. Okay, so this is very important, shift plus space bar. This will allow you to select all the columns if you want to select. Okay, and if you want to select all the rows, then you need to click control plus space bar, and if you want to select the entire worksheet, then you need to click on shift, control and space bar all together. So let me show you this practical also. So if I want to select all the columns, okay, shift plus control bar, you see all the columns, they are selected. And if I want to select all the rows, then control plus space bar, all the rows are also selected. And if I want to select the entire sheet, then control plus shift plus space bar, it will select the entire sheet. Okay, so if I want to, once again I'm showing you, shift plus space bar, it will select all the rows, all the columns. Okay, and if you want to select all the rows, then control plus space bar, and if you want to select the entire sheet or worksheet, I can say, then control plus shift plus space bar. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Rest of the part will be doing in the next lecture. Thank you so much.